That is so
morning.
much fun. Good morning.
How are
Sorry for
you?
reaching. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
We gotta fix our peppermint patty bangs.
I
I
know
need
they
a
don't really look
haircut.
that good. I got my hair cut too. Does it look okay?
No, I need one, and my purple stripe is gone. I don't know if I'll put it back,
Do it. Do it
all over my
again.
head, my whole head.
Do
Maybe I
it.
should do that.
Do bunches of it all over and make it really bright. Why
Maybe
not?
I'll try teal. Why not? It's so funny that I was saying, I don't know if I said on the last podcast that um, our employee handbook has nothing about tattoos. I mean, I guess you could have tattoos on your face because they know better that there's way too many people that have tattoos. So they don't say anything, but they do say your hair must be a natural color. Like, okay, you can have tattoos all around your neck and teardrops from your eye, but you can't have green hair or pink hair or blue hair. So don't even go there.
I don't think
Like they wouldn't
anybody would say a
nobody
word
would
if you had a
nobody would know.
splotch.
I'm out in the
Yeah,
community. Come on, people.
it's
Anyway,
part of your charm.
yes, the charm. Don't forget the charm. So it's been a couple weeks since I've been there. I miss
I
you.
miss you too. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already.
I
The time goes
know.
by so fast. It's kind of
Very
crazy.
fast.
Yeah. And when you're working as much as both of us are, what kind of mug you got?
This is my Starbucks mug I got from Christy, the You Are Here series. It's the Utah mug.
Oh, it's pretty.
And somebody tagged me. Oh, it was probably Christy. Somebody had a California mug like this, the You Are Here, and they said, Amy, you need to get this one. I said, I know, I need to get one of those California ones.
I like how
And
it's blue on the inside.
I know it's very pretty. And I would have had Christy was so sweet to give me their clip
Their
on
microphone.
clip on microphone. Of course, I was all ready to get it going, and Ronnie was getting ready to go over to work on his trailer, and he came in and he said, Amy, remember she said you need an adapter because you don't have a USB on that. I'm like, mm-hmm. So I got to wear I thought I was going to retire from the air traffic control, but apparently not this week. So maybe by next time I will actually have the right equipment so I can
I will have
have a
to
clip
try and
on.
remind you sometime this week
Yes.
when you're out and about and you go by the Best Buy or whatever.
Yeah. We've got a little Radio Shack in town. It's actually right by the nail place. Speaking of nails, did you see my ombre
How
nails?
did they do that? That's so cool. Put it in the middle so we can see it.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. That's
They
so
just take they
pretty.
just take the gel and fade it from the pink to the white instead of making a line. So it does it. I mean, it sort of looks like alien nails, and you can do it any color you want. So
So I do they paint that gel on?
yeah, it's powder. It's not paint. It's not the same stuff as you have.
So
It's the powder.
so
It's
she
like the
puts her paintbrush in a liquid, then she puts it in powder, and then she
powder.
brushes it on.
Yes.
Okay, because I just got a new thing that came to my nail store just 2 days ago, and I think I may have been one of the first people that she tried it out on. But it's called dip powder, and it's gel, and the powder is in a container, and they paint on like a clear polish, and then they dip your finger in the powder, and it sticks to the polish. And look, they have white powder and light pink powder. So
So how did they get the line?
she
Oh, just
very
word of
carefully dipped it
the.
in to the point to where it made the line and then took it out. Isn't that cool? Isn't that pretty?
Oh, that is neat, Debbie.
And
Is it nice and strong on
it's
your
nice and
nails?
strong. Yeah, I think it'll
Very
hold up
cool.
better
It's
because
called
my
dip
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 powder
dip powder for
gel nails.
dippies. Just in case you're a little dippy, you need the
Yeah.
dip powder. I can remember that one. Okay, so we have to. This is probably a good time since we are joking with each other, and if we were not joking with each
Should
other,
we at
we would
least say our
probably be
names? Do people know who we
deathly
are? People know
sick.
who we are. We're not even going to introduce
All
ourselves.
right, I'm
Okay.
Amy, and who are you?
I'm Debbie. Okay.
Okay,
Good.
so now we can move on. Okay, so anyway, just like we were talking about earlier, I have known Debbie all my life. You guys don't believe that, but I have. Debbie has known me all of her life. And I know you guys think you know us, which you do know us. We are part of your family, and we have adopted many, many people as part of our sisterhood.
That's true.
But believe me, if Debbie was not being kind, or she was being too critical, or she was being just downright mean, do you not all realize that I would be the first person to tell her that, whether we were recording or not? But I would.
Yes,
So I know people get a little, they defend us even to each other, which is just so sweet because we are so loved, Debbie.
I know.
And they say, Debbie, you shouldn't do this, and Amy, you should be doing this, and you shouldn't watch. And it's okay. And we take all that to sincerity
And
because,
we
I
take
mean,
it in stride.
who doesn't need 1,000 more mothers?
That's
Why
right.
not? One's not enough, apparently. So just know we take your concerns, and this thing is making my glasses wonky. Happy 2 days after St. Patty's Day. So anyway, so we take all that in stride, but know that if Debbie or I were not being treating each other correctly, we would definitely be the first ones to tell the other person.
Yes.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said. So what have you been doing since I've left you the last 2 weeks?
Well, the first week I knitted a whole bunch on a mystery knit along shawl, and then decided that
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay,
and
so
decided that it wasn't right, and so we had to
I
start
knew
all over again.
when left for my trip, I just took a couple socks because I knew once I got to California and met with Deb, we were going to start this mystery knit along. So we knit literally over 1 week. I mean, we started it on
When you were
Friday,
here, yeah,
Saturday,
Friday,
and we
Saturday.
knit. I knit all the way through my little extravaganza to Utah. All that following week, the following Sunday came along. Me and Debbie are talking about it. We're already on clue 3. We're like, how much yarn do we have left? Oh my gosh, what if they blah, blah.
We weren't going to have
We
enough.
we tore it all out.
I didn't tear mine out. I still have mine
Okay,
knit. I
Debbie
didn't want
was
to tear it
kind of
out, but
smart because she had something to compare to. So I'm like winding and ripping and winding it all back, and I said to my husband, look, there it is, right up there.
yep.
I said, this is the mystery knit along. He said, what? Why did you tear it out? I said, it's called designing. He said, that doesn't look like designing to me. You're
Yeah.
crazy. But when
So,
it's not right, it's not right. So
yes.
we knit it again, and they're both on the blocking boards. We knit it in one
1
week,
week.
right? One
That's right.
week. So if you don't get any rest, take any rest, or take care of children, or have a job and can stay up 24/7, you can knit it in a week too. No, we
Yep.
didn't do that. Can I show how much was left?
Sure. Oh my gosh, Amy.
I think
I think
I
I have
think I could
mine.
I think I have maybe 2 yards.
Okay,
But
so
actually, okay,
let's
so let's
let's
not freak
say
people out.
a little bit because we decided
I have
after
about 60 inches.
oh my gosh. After let me explain. After the
Okay,
first week of knitting on it, we knew that we had said we were trying to make this a one skein 400 gram a
right,
100 gram 400 yard design.
right.
And we realized that we had that Ellie has two different fingering weight bases in her shop.
Artistic Lily.
Yes, one is 100% merino, and
Mhm.
one is a merino nylon blend, which is a sock yarn. And the
Right.
sock yarn, the merino nylon blend, is a little bit plumper, a little bit heavier feeling weight, even though it's still fingering. And the 100% merino is a little bit of a finer, a little bit lighter weight merino. And so we decided that in order to be safe, because we were both working
Knitting
on
on
the
the 437, the
yes.
bigger.
So the 100% merino has a little bit more yardage because it's thinner than the sock yarn. So we were really concerned that people had already purchased the sock yarn and they would be knitting with that and they would run out and wouldn't have enough.
Would have yarn chicken, and we could not have that.
So we both pulled it back. We both realized that one of the stitch patterns we had selected was eating up the
Took a
yarn a
lot of
little bit too
yarn.
much.
Yeah.
And so we reconfigured things. Amy decided to knit hers on the sock yarn since she had the sock yarn base. I reknit it on the merino 100% merino base. And this
With a
is how
size
much
smaller needle.
with the
You
size
did it
smaller
yours on
needle.
5s. I did mine
Yes.
on 6.
Right. So, and the sizes ended up coming out about the same when we blocked
Right.
it. Mine
Right.
is probably going to be a little bit lighter and airier than yours,
Mhm.
but they're both about the same size. So this is how much I had left. I had about 7 grams left of the
Yeah.
100% merino. And if you like a really big shawl, like we said last time, we'll have some. By the time you get done with all the three
Oh,
clues, careful. By the time you get done with the three clues, you're gonna know and you're gonna be able to make it bigger
very
very
easily.
easily. We'll just
So
say
the
that.
fourth clue is going to literally be just the bind off. If you decide by the time the fourth clue is released, which will be at least it'll be a week before Mother's Day, and you want to gift this, you may just want to bind off. You may want to put in a pop of color at this point. You
Mm-hmm.
may want to, make it bigger, and even the prototypes that we've just done, it's like 70 inches long. So but
Across the top.
people may want to make it even bigger than that. It's not
Right.
as deep, obviously not as deep, it's much less deep. But so what we're going to do, Debbie, just remind me, you're going to put all of the specs and what everybody needs on we call it the information page. So when
Right.
you go to Ravelry and you buy the pattern, you're buying actually the information page that has
Right.
all of the materials and things like that. So then you will be put in our queue for when the first clue comes out,
Mm-hmm.
April 15th, you'll get the email and you'll have the first clue.
Right.
So you're going to have the information page up on Ravelry when, do you think?
I have to I have to draw up the logo because we decided we're going to do another logo again.
Yes.
So I got a little bit of an inspiration from you, and I'm going to design that up. I'm hoping to work on that today, and I would say I should be able to
Midweek
have that up
before
next
you leave?
weekend. I think no, while I'm gone, I'm going to
Okay.
take my computer with me, and I think while I'm
Okay.
gone, I'm going to be working on that a little bit,
Okay.
so I
So
can
everybody just hold tight. You're going to need either size 5 or size 6 needles
mm-hmm.
and at least 400-yard skein
Yes,
of fingering weight yarn.
right.
So that's all you really need to know right
And
now.
go over and look at Artistic Lily's shop because my gosh, I don't know how I'm
Aunt
going to stay
Karen
on this
texted me.
diet.
Hi, Aunt Karen.
Hi,
Aunt
Karen.
Karen texted me and she says, she keeps dyeing more yarn. It's not fair. I'm thinking, welcome to the world of indie dyers and
Yeah,
Instagram because,
yeah.
but she has a few tweed colorways
I
on
saw
there. Oh my
that.
God, the periwinkle tweed. That's what Aunt Karen got to do
She
the mystery
did?
knit along.
Oh, I
Yes,
can't
she got
wait
the
to see
periwinkle.
it.
Oh my gosh. They're so, so beautiful. So
Wow.
anyway, so that's a little bit, well, while we're talking about um, admin stuff, should we just finish up a little bit of our admin stuff, other admin stuff?
Let's show something pretty.
Okay. What do you want to show? Something pretty. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I want to show what we got the day last time when you were here,
Oh,
the
we were
just hours
so,
after we were done recording. It came in the mail.
it was so frustrating because it was supposed to be delivered and it just all depends on like when you decide to record and then when the mailman comes. So the mailman came
And
after we got done recording.
I'm sure you guys have seen this on Instagram because she's out and about
She's
out
all
there.
over the place. She's all
Yeah.
over on Instagram.
I don't know her first name, Amy. Do you remember her first name?
Um, darn yarn MN.
Darn yarn
Darn it.
MN. What is your
Hold on
first
a
name?
second. Hold
You
on a minute.
have it.
I'll find it before I fall off my chair. Hang on
She
just
sent us
one
each
momento.
a little bag, and
Mm,
you got a skein of yarn, didn't you?
I got two.
You got two?
Shoot, you remembered that? Darn it.
I got a
I was hoping
sock
you would
blank.
remember.
I got a sock blank, but you didn't get a sock blank, did you?
No, because I don't nobody send me sock blanks because I just
Amy
have
doesn't like sock
realized that I
blanks.
don't I don't like wiggly yarn. I mean, Chelsea, of
Oh,
course.
of course. How can we forget that? Okay, so
Chelsea.
check it out, you guys. She makes the cutest little see-through bags with this clear plastic front. Look how cute they are.
Oh, wait a minute. Mine was already open. Sorry. Well, come on, people.
Darn Yarn MN.
I know.
I'm assuming
So
she's from
adorable.
Minnesota, right? Is that where
I
she's
would
from?
guess, unless we have like another planet that is MN,
And it's
which,
perfect for a little sock. Yeah, it's got a little,
yeah,
and
it's
it's so well
great.
made. And look, it's got a little
I love
bird
it.
zipper pull,
Oh,
birdie.
I got
You got a feather.
a
And
feather.
check this out, you guys. Sock blank, graffiti number 4. It's superwash, Chelsea burnt fiber artist.
I think she.
Look, you guys. She twisted it up like a skein.
It's so pretty.
Oh my god, I love this. I might have to cast this on. And look at how it matches the bag. Are you kidding me?
I know. Well, no, she's not kidding. You have it. Oh my gosh, and her sock base is so
Soft.
soft. Let me show you. She
I
sent
haven't
this.
even opened
Well,
this
it's
up yet. Oh my god, I love it. Look at it's look at
oh, that is beautiful. Look
and
how
it
deep those
I
colors are. Look
know.
how saturated it is.
Saturated. There's no like white on it anywhere.
Love
Isn't
it.
that going to make the
Chelsea,
coolest
that is
socks?
gorgeous.
That's the
Yes.
backside.
She sent this is called High Tide. It is 80-10-10.
It's like this almost the same
Almost the
colorway.
same. Yep,
Same
it's got those
colors.
deep, deep pops of dark green and sagey green and the sea foamy color. And then she also sent I think she said one of these can be a giveaway. This is 80-10-10. It's the MCN. This is another one. This is called Dearest.
Oh, wow. I love pink and gold together.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's gorgeous. Okay, so this reminds me of something. Something
What?
that happened this week that you guys that made me so happy. And of course, Amy found out about it before I did, but that's okay because she talks to our
I did?
parents. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes, we
She
must talk
talks
about dad.
she talks to our parents a lot every day, and I don't talk to them every day, but so what
Just about every
reminded
day.
me of it is Miss Chelsea sent the knitting Nana her own bag.
She's so special, that knitting Nana.
And look, it's got a little Tree of Life Progress Keeper zipper pull on there.
So pretty.
And she messaged me, or she made a comment on my post on Instagram. And she said,
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
had I known that Pop Pop was going to start knitting, I would have sent
I
him a bag
know. Can
too.
you believe that? Pop Pop is knitting, everybody. He is so going to be stash diving in mom stuff.
What took him so long?
What took a. We've
What took
always
you so long,
joked.
Dad?
Well, we've joked about dad needs to learn to knit, and he go, ha ha. Well, okay, let me tell you this. There were a couple words you never said in the house to mother, and children learn this early on.
Yes.
When you say, I'm bored, okay, so
Forget
this
it.
is how we learned how to sew and crochet and knit and build houses and
Cross
learn
stitch.
welding and cross stitch and play the piano and learn to tattoo people. We've learned all of these things because we said that we were bored to mother. Okay, so dad was smarter than that. He didn't say he was bored. However, after dinner, just like we were saying, like a little baby gets his belly full, gets all snuggled in after dinner, he'd start falling asleep in his chair. So mom was probably like, that's enough of that. I'm not having that anymore. We're going to teach you how to knit. And you don't say, no, thank you. When mom says, I'm teaching you to knit, you sit there and say, yes, ma'am. What do I have to do? So he is knitting a hat for the homeless
I
there in
know.
San Diego. That's so what Wendy would do. She just gives it all away.
Yeah.
Before we move on to more about Pop Pop, unless we're already done, I need to let you know that Chelsea has got a
Coupon code.
coupon code for goes through the end of March. Periscope 15. You get 15% off any order. So it's Periscope 15, all capitals, all no spaces, 15% any order
And
through the end of March.
she is on Etsy, you guys.
Yep, Darn Yarn MN, and that is her name on Instagram as well.
Go
So
check
thank you,
her out.
Chelsea.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
love
you,
that little
Chelsea.
bag. Now
I
I can
know
use
that's
it.
cute.
Now and I'm
Now
gonna
you
of
can use it.
course I'm gonna
You
put
got
that
to send.
yarn
You haven't seen
in the
mom and
bag.
dad, I guess, since I was there, or you would have given it
No.
to her, or did you keep it until you?
No, I haven't seen mom
Sorry.
and dad since then.
Okay.
Okay, what's next?
Okay. Um.
Do you have a
Let's.
Life is Short story?
Oh yeah, I wanted to say something. Okay, so this is a funny on mom. Hold on a minute. I need to decrease right here. I was just looking down at one of these socks I'm working on that I'm going to show. Hold on.
Are you knitting
Memento.
during the podcast?
Okay, just there's nothing wrong with that. Chelsea and Sue do it all the time.
Am I allowed to
Okay.
knit during the podcast?
Yes, but you can't look down. If you knit, you have to look up.
Oh, like you were doing just now.
Like I was doing. Like I was knitting and nobody knew about it because I was looking up. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you something funny. And I think I told you this. I don't profess to be somebody that knows everything about Ravelry because I really don't. Um, Mom said one day, this was last week, she said, "You girls are famous." I said, "Oh, we are?" She said,
Why?
"Yes." She said, "If you go over to the people button in Ravelry, you guys are right there." I said, "What, Mom? What?" She says, "You're featured
No,
there
we're
under the people
not.
button." I said, "Hold on a minute." I was sitting somewhere, obviously. Okay. I put her on speaker. I went over to the people button. When you put when you put on the people button, all of your friends show up. And she has two friends, Indigo Amy and Debbie Reese. And she didn't
Oh,
realize. And
Mom.
Mom,
I don't mean
I
to
said,
laugh at
Mom,
you.
all your friends show up when you hit the people button. All your friends. She said, "You mean I only have two friends?" I said, "Apparently on Ravelry, you only have two friends."
Oh, no. You
I
know
said,
what? She's going to
"Everybody,"
flip
I
out
said,
now.
"Everybody," she probably has messages. She probably doesn't know how to go
Well,
into the
I'm just saying
messages.
we shouldn't give her Ravelry name without her permission because everybody's going to go over there and friend her, and now she's
I
going to be
don't know
overwhelmed
why we
with
wouldn't be able to give her name as and Imagine. I don't know why we should ask for
permission.
permission
I
first.
know.
She won't even know how to go over and get them. Anyway,
That's so
I won't say
funny.
it again. And Imagine, all one word with no spaces. But anyway, she thought, and I said, "Mom, everybody, when they hit the people button, everybody's is different.
Yeah.
Yours just happens to come with me and Debbie because," but I said, "If you want to think that we are superstars on Ravelry, go right ahead." It was so cute. And
Oh,
then she
that's
was
so
like, "I only
sweet.
have two friends." I said, "Well, okay,
Not for
anyway,
long. You're going to
not
have a
for
bunch
long.
of friends
Okay."
now.
And Imagine if you want an extra friend. I'm just saying, I am in so much trouble. I just have a feeling.
She's going to have a million messages now come through her Ravelry, and she's going to be
Well,
like,
she's taking these computer classes, so she's learning how to save folders and save files. And she says everybody was making letters, bogus letters to Santa Claus, and all of this. And she said, "I just went over and pulled up a file that I already had, which happened to be one of my sock patterns." I think it was one of my sock patterns. And the teacher came around. She says, "Oh my goodness, those are beautiful. You already have some files." And I was just like, I don't have sounds so much like me. I've taken a couple art classes just because I wanted the excuse to go out and paint. And all the ones that everybody was painting, I didn't paint that picture because it was ugly. I
you
painted
painted
my own
something in.
picture. Why was that not the story of my life? Anyway. Okay, so you have any things you've been working on other than
Well,
the Mystery Knit Along for 2 weeks?
I have a very quick life is short story, and I just want to show what I bought yesterday. Look what I bought.
Mm.
Isn't that cool?
It's official. Well, it is official. I
It's not
guess
quite
James is.
official. It's not quite official. He's waiting to hear back from one school just because he's curious if he got in or not.
Oh, okay.
But he got into UCSD, which is really hard to get into. University of California, San Diego. That's a really
Wow.
tough school. He
Is that
didn't get
not the
into
same?
UCLA, but he wasn't expecting to get into UCLA. But
How
he's waiting to hear
Berkeley?
back from Berkeley. You don't hear until the 30th, so we'll wait
Oh,
to see. But I got a
maybe
long
I'm
sleeve
surprised you
T-shirt.
don't have. I'm surprised you don't have a Berkeley T-shirt.
I do. I have
Oh, you
some.
do?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
one still left over from when I was there. But yeah,
25 years
so that
ago.
was fun. We went to the big open house yesterday,
Any
and
cute girls?
I wasn't looking at
I
the
know. I know
girls.
you weren't looking, but
I didn't
James
ask
probably
James if he
was.
saw any cute girls. I'm sure he
Debbie.
did.
I'm sure he did.
I don't need to encourage that kind of thing. Boys do that on their own without their mothers.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Don't let him hear this part about his aunt asking if there was any cute girls.
Can I show something again?
Well, it is our podcast. You can do whatever you want.
Do you have anything to show? You do? You have socks to show?
I do. Just what, whips or finished objects, or what are you going to show?
I was going to show a yarn and talk about my new sock design that I'm not going to show the design, but I was going to show the yarn.
Okay. All right, you do that.
Okay, so I've fallen in love, and I'm sure you guys know. Lolo Did It has a new, relatively new. It's been around a little while now. Plush sock,
Hmm.
and I am working on a new design for a new sock pattern that's coming out. I'm hoping in the beginning of April, middle of April, and it has a little bit of lace on it. I'm not going to show the pattern, but it has a little bit of lace on it. And I thought, oh, Lolo's signature tonal colorway on the plush sock is going to be perfect.
Yep.
And so let me check real quick because I messaged her this morning and I'm going to see if she messaged me back yet. She may not have yet, but oh, maybe she has. No, not yet. But anyway, I asked her, I looked in her shop because I had a specific color in mind and she didn't have it in her shop. And I said, would you consider dyeing a, a color for me that, is in my head? And she said, of course, send me pictures, send me what you're thinking and tell me what you
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So I was really
I'm
surprised.
surprised she didn't
I
have that
know.
already. She's got
She has
every color under
so
the
many.
sun.
I know. So
Yeah.
I sent her a couple pictures and she dyed up this colorway for me, you guys. Look at this.
And what is the name of that colorway? Did she name it? What'd she
She
name
named
it?
it Ice Ice Baby.
Ah.
It's a
She is such an 80s girl.
beautiful tonal blue.
Yep. It looks so
And
pretty.
yes, and I messaged her to find out when it's going to be ready in her shop. She doesn't have it in her shop yet, but I know she's going to be working on it. She was in the middle
Right.
of a shop move, I think, and she needed a
Ah.
couple weeks to get
She
situated in her
moving
new
into a
spot.
bigger place?
I think they're moving their dye studio. It sounded like. So, thank you, Lauren, for creating this colorway for me. And if you guys want to go and get a beautiful tonal colorway from Lolo and get ready for my new sock pattern that's coming out in about 2 weeks, the
So will
sock
your test
pattern,
knitters be done by
I
then?
think so. I think so. I'm going to wait until they're done. I didn't want to rush them. Everybody has a lot of projects going on. Everybody's busy. So I
Yeah.
said, beginning middle of April. So that's what we're shooting for. And as you can
Okay.
see, I have quite a bit of knitting to get done on mine too. So
So you
um,
better get on that now that
I
the
know.
mystery knit along is done and blocking.
Yes, that was the priority, and now I'm going to be working on my socks. So thank you,
Good.
Lauren, so much. Guys, go over and check out her plush base, or any other tonal colorway will work. Even something that's lightly speckled. It's the pattern is not super complicated at all. It's a very simple lace pattern that you can easily memorize. And I have at least one new sock knitter that's testing for me, and she has said that it's very easy to follow. So I
Oh,
feel pretty
good.
confident it's a good
That's
one.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Well, since socks usually are the name of the game these days, I put up two sock patterns this last week. The first one is my first three color sock pattern. I'm having another three color sock pattern come out in another month or so. This is
from
the
the lady
dolphin.
that said she would never knit socks.
Okay, okay. This is the dolphin clicks, and you can see that it's a three color. So that's up on Ravelry,
That's so
and
cool.
I've started my Moaning Myrtle series. Why not? Everybody loves Moaning Myrtle. I love Moaning Myrtle, although I probably would just go into the bed. She's in the boys' bathroom, or is it a co-ed bathroom? I don't know. I'd be like, maybe she goes wherever she wants because she is a ghost and
And
she
she's
doesn't have
from
to
Harry
stay in the boys'
Potter,
bathroom. She's a
right?
Harry Potter ghost, yes. And this is Moaning Myrtle's Melancholy Pair. This is the first sock of that.
Such a cool texture, Aim.
Thank you. So it's very easy to read your own knitting. It's very easy to memorize.
We're all
And
about the reading of your own knitting, you guys.
we are, I mean, I love a lot of socks. And when I look down and I say, oh my gosh, it's like a 12 thing
Row,
repeat, but row repeat, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to be stuck to this pattern. But I think this is a 12 row repeat. If once you get through the first six and realize what it is going to happen, you can pick it up, put it down, never look
yeah.
at the pattern again.
And
Same thing
that's
with
our
the
hope also for the mystery knit along is
yes.
that, even though we are going to write out every row of the repeat, once you get going, if you look at your knitting and you look at the number of stitches and you see how the pattern alternates and repeats, it's really quite simple to pick up and
Yeah.
not have to read every
And
single row.
being able to read your knitting helps you check and make sure you're on the right track. Make
Right.
sure, and we'll say, this one's offset or this one must line up. And you kind of, with normal patterns, you have a picture that you can kind of compare. Of course, the
Right.
mystery knit along you don't, but we'll
Right.
have that all explained. So anyway, I got some things which I'll show if you guys haven't don't watch the Girls in the Yarn Cafe. That's our friends at Yarn Cafe Creations and Dragon Horde Yarn, Christy and Tristan out in Utah, which I went to see after I saw Debbie. They have a little video from when I came to visit, but I'm always talking about how Christy needs to dye up neon colors, and I apparently bugged her enough for her to be able to. She made me a
I
neon
love that.
skein. It's called Gabicorn. It was on her Twinkle base and then a mini to go with it. And I said, well, I was already thinking about doing Myrtle's second pair, and this is going to be called the Myrtle's Paranoid pair. And I'm telling you, you guys, look how this is knitting up.
Oh, Amy, it's pooling so cool.
Yes. Isn't that the coolest? And see how it's pooling down then back in it's sort of like the back of it is the purple and the front of it is the yellow.
Yes.
But now that I've put in the heel,
Uh-huh.
it is now sort of like switching up a little bit. I mean, the yellow is still a little bit in the
In the
front,
front.
but
And how many stitches are you doing on that sock?
I start with the same. I mean, 60 stitches on size US 2 on 9-inch circulars.
So 64 stitches on a 2.25, a US 1 might micro stripe. It might swirl instead of pooling like that.
Is that what they say?
Because
64 stitches is what causes the
no,
microstripe,
no,
and of
no.
course the
No,
yarn
no.
dyeing the way it is.
The
But
yarn dyeing is what causes it. But if you change the stitch count, that changes how the yarn stacks up on top of each
right,
other.
that's right. That's right.
So if you were to knit that same skein in a 64 stitch, then it wouldn't pool the same way it's pooling for you.
Right.
It
Right.
might swirl.
Right.
That's so cool.
So anyway, this is what I think I'm going to do because I'm already bored with this pattern. Only because I get bored after 3 rounds. I am going to include in the Myrtle's Paranoid pair a second design. I'm going to knit the second sock in a different design.
2 for 1.
So you get 2 for 1. So you can knit both in this design and or both in the other, or you can knit one and one. So you're going to get like 2 patterns in one.
You are
I'm not
so
sure what it is.
ADHD with your pattern writing, Amy.
What do you mean ADHD? What do I just what? I can't stay on track. But I love how the way this is. Can you see how it's zigzagging a little bit?
Yes. It's total like a drunken sailor, kind of going, ooh.
Perfect for the paranoid pair. Of course, I
Yes.
have this in my one of a kind Debbie bag. Okay, that's all I have to show as far as because we've been working on this mystery
I
knit
have a
along,
little
which is
bit more
taking all of our
progress
time.
on my reindeer.
Well, let's see it.
Look,
Reindeer.
my reindeer games.
Oh, yeah.
I did a
I
little
don't know
bit
how
more on
she's
these.
done that. That is so
Isn't that
pretty.
amazing?
Those colors. I would have never put green, pink, teal, and orange and cream together.
And it totally matches. I mean, look, it's all the colors are in this bag.
Yeah,
And this is, again, you guys have seen it, Rock and String Creations. I've shown it before.
so pretty.
So I made a little bit of progress
She
on
does
that. I haven't been
more.
working on those, but I think I'm going to take those with me on my trip. I'm so excited for my
Where are you going?
trip. I'm going to
Nobody knows
Albert.
where you're going.
I think we mentioned it last time. I'm going to Albuquerque, New Mexico to visit Dag.
No, you didn't.
I
Yes,
did
you
it.
did.
I think we
Yeah, we.
did. I think we did.
Okay.
So I have 4 days of work. 4. And then Friday, early Friday morning, and I'm hopping
You
on a plane.
excited?
And I can't believe she's being
She's
a
pulled
little
out all the stops, hasn't she?
Dag. I told you I
Okay,
wanted to
needs.
sit in the corner of your living room and knit on a sock.
That's where
That's
I would have
all I
put
needed
you.
to do.
That's where I would have put you. She doesn't know any
She's
better.
got a bunch of stuff planned. I don't know. It's very sweet, and I don't want to make her feel bad about it, but
I
I think
think you
she's
should.
going a little crazy. But I think she's
She's just
organizing a
told the
knit
whole
night.
world you're coming. The local yarn store. They
Yes,
probably like, who is she? We don't even know who she is.
and I'm really nobody, anyways. I'm not
Yeah, you're a
anybody that
nobody
needs.
except for mom and dad. Mom and dad don't think we're nobodies.
I know they're easily impressed, though. I mean, look at them.
Well, they're a little biased as well. So,
So I'm
okay,
super
so
excited about that. I can't wait to
is
just
the
get
weather going to be
away.
pretty, Debbie? I'm sure it
Oh, it's
will.
going to be in the upper 60s, low 70s. It's supposed to be clear, no
Oh
rain.
gosh, that
And
sounds
the
really
pictures that
nice.
she posts from her runs, she does these runs out in the desert. And I told her, I said, I said, you
Is she
rock.
gonna
And
drag
I'm a
you to
rock.
run?
No, I said, listen, I can't run. Even
I'll
if there
walk.
was a scary monster behind me, I cannot run. So I'm going to
You
tell
don't run
her,
in your dreams. You don't run away
no,
from scary things even in your dreams.
no, I don't have
You're like,
scary things in
okay.
my dreams.
You
So
say, I need to
I'm going
wake
to
up
tell
because
her,
I can't do
listen,
any running.
I would love to. I don't want to impose on her normal daily schedule. So I'm going to insist that she go out for her run. I will go
Because
with her and
she's,
I will walk and she can run out and run back. And when she gets back, I'll turn around and walk back.
but she's
So
getting ready for a big
she has a big
festival, isn't
show or
she?
something coming up, I think in
Yeah.
May.
Tell
So
everybody what her business is called.
her business is called
Zia Wolves.
Zia Wolves. I was thinking I had her tag right here too. And I'm not sure
Uh,
right here. Do you have one of her tags?
um, I have one of her yarns, but I can't remember
I'm thinking I have one of her yarns too.
which doesn't have the tag on it, or no.
Oh man, I'm gonna take
It's
some
Z
video.
I A
Yes,
W
OOLZ,
WOLZ. Oh,
Zia
that's going to be
Wolves,
really fun.
and
You're going to
some
have a
of her
great time.
colorways remind me of the desert. They're so vibrant with the golds and the oranges and the reds, and yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That would be a great place to go in October during the hot air balloon festival
Hmm.
every year in Albuquerque. That's on my bucket
Now,
list.
we've been talking about our Europe trip for your birthday. I think
Yes,
after seeing all of those pictures on Instagram of the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, I think we need to go to
I was
EYF.
thinking that too. Yeah, but that's just 3 months at October, November, December, January, February, March. Okay, that's 5 months after Rhinebeck.
Yes. We could do that, and it's our birthday as our potiversary. We could go to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and we could do my birthday and your birthday and another potiversary all from Edinburgh.
Okay, we'll have a year to
We have a year to plan it.
plan it.
We need to figure
Does
out where you
Tracy have any
stay.
cats?
I don't know. Does she live
Laura
near?
George Yarns? She
Does
went to
she...
the festival. I don't know.
Okay, if you
Sh
live near the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, message us
Right.
and tell us where we should stay because we
Yes.
need some help with this traveling thing.
Yes. It may take us a year to get approved for a passport, so we must get on that.
I already have a passport.
Oh, I don't.
I'm set to go. Well, you need to get on that.
Yeah, I know I need to get on that.
And that would be,
Anyway,
that would be so fun. How would we'd have to meet in like New York and go from New York over.
yes, let's not meet in Newark like we did years ago. And I had to go to the next terminal, and the lady says, just go out on the sidewalk. It's right. You just walk up the hill on that
When
sidewalk.
did
Of
that
course, it was
happen?
not, I don't remember. I tried to rack my brain. I was dragging my luggage. It was dark in Newark, New
Oh my
Jersey.
God.
Any woman that would have told a girl by herself to just walk outside, well, I survived, obviously. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to talk more about that.
That would be so fun.
If I give my boss enough advance warning, could I take 2 weeks off from work without getting pregnant? That's what I have to think about. That's the last time I
No
was able to
getting
take more than two
pregnant.
weeks. No, I can't do that,
No
but
more
I'm saying that's the
babies.
last time I was able to take 2 weeks off was when I had a baby 9 years ago.
And you want to
Okay,
see
we've got a
some
lot of things to show, do we not?
more?
I've got stuff to show. You're on a
Okay,
diet,
wait.
but
I want to
I'm
show the
not.
progress. I want to show the progress on my
on your what? What are
I've
you
been
doing? Two
knitting
at a
on
time
these.
from two different things.
These are
Yeah, you got the
my,
gingerbread, right?
yeah, these are my Afterthought Everything socks.
Oh, you're doing two pairs?
Yes, and you wouldn't believe what happened. I'm really mad.
What happened?
I
You
dropped
broke
it.
your.
I dropped it when I was on my elliptical, and I got a stain on one of them. Look, I got
Oh, I
some.
thought you said you broke your
No, look.
signatures. Oh, Debbie. See, if you lived here, Ronnie could get that stain out no time flat.
Do you guys? It's gonna come out. It's just a little bit of like dirt and maybe a little bit of grease or something.
Just spray a little bleach on it. It'll be fine. I'm only kidding. Please do not message us saying, "What are y'all thinking?" That was a joke, okay?
Yes.
Just saying. Okay. We got that straight.
So these are my Afterthought
Those look great,
Everything. I was
Debbie.
working on them on my elliptical a little bit.
Okay, so this is
Okay,
what I
show
was
me what you
thinking.
got. Show me what you got
Hey,
when you
wait a
were.
minute. No, let's go back to the that one.
Okay, Afterthought Everything.
If okay, picture this. If I started with a cuff and I went all the way down, did a heel, kept going. Okay, I had this planned out. Okay, kept going, then did another heel, and then ended with a toe. Could I cut it in the middle and
Mm-mm.
do the toe of the first one and bind off the cuff for the second?
Yes, yes, but
Because
you
I
just
like doing my heel flaps and you have to do cuff down. So halfway through, I would have to start ribbing for the cuff of the second, go down, do the heel, and then bind off with the toe, and then cut, and then take those live stitches and bind off the cuff, and then take the other live stitches and finish the toe.
or you could just keep knitting straight, um, cut and pick up those live stitches and then knit the cuff
Ah, backwards.
backwards. Just knit it back up if you wanted, or
That's
I mean, because
true.
otherwise then it'll go
Yeah.
weird like that. But I mean, yeah, you can that way. Like I said last time, your stripes would be in the same order if you were doing stripy socks. You
Ah.
start with a cuff, you go all the way down, and then you end with a toe, and then you cut it, and you do heel, heel, and cuff, or heel, toe, and cuff. You do the toe of the first sock, and then you do the
You know what I
cuff,
could
and then you do the
do?
heel. There's all kinds of ways to
I went
do
to my
that.
local yarn store yesterday and I met up with
Oh
Susan Craft
yes,
Happy, which is Barb. Guess what she gave me? Well, we swapped
mustache
off.
yarn. You told me you were
Yes,
getting some. Let me see it.
and it's the hold on just a minute. Just one moment. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's the Kama Sutra
Oh,
20
ooh.
stripes.
Oh, get the heck out.
Look at that.
Are you going to be able to knit vanilla?
I don't know. I must. Maybe this is the one I can do the whole
Yes,
what we were
you
talking.
totally need to, Amy, because if you do that on a 9-inch circ and you have all those colors, it's going to fly. You're just going to want to get to the next color, and you're not even going to. I would
Well,
cut
what
in
I'm
your
gonna
heel though, Amy. I
yeah,
wouldn't. I wouldn't do. Are you going to do a different color?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, otherwise your stripes are going to be messed up.
Right. No messing stripes up. I must not do that. So if I decided to do a cuff,
Well, wait a minute.
heel,
You
and
can't. You
toe,
can't do that. You can't do a heel
do whatever I
flap.
want.
Amy, listen. I better not correct you. I will get in
Okay, wait a minute.
trouble.
If I do the heel flap and turn with a different color, as
Yes.
soon as I start picking up the gusset stitches, go back to this and the stripes will be okay.
But remember, you have a lot more stitches with all those gusset stitches that you start decreasing. So you have a lot more stitches and your
The
stripes will
stripes will
get
be different.
skinny. You may only have one stripe of color. You got to do a fish lips kiss heel or an afterthought like a Susan B. Anderson, like a toe. It's almost like cutting in and doing a toe. I
Okay.
think that's what you should do. Otherwise, the width of the stripes is going to get messed up.
So you think I should just do an afterthought everything? Start with a cuff with this, knit forever, and then finish with a cuff.
Yes.
And
Yes,
then
you
we
can
can
do
cut in
that.
the,
Toes and
do I need to
heels.
put any, do I need to put, you tell me if I need to put any waist yarn along the way. Don't you though? Don't you do that for the, where you want the heel and where you want the toe?
Um, I guess it kind of depends on how wide those stripes are. It doesn't really matter because the stripe, if the stripe gets reduced where you cut it in, it's at the back of your foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't really see those stripes anyway. So if you lose a little bit of a color from cutting it at that point, then I don't think you'd notice.
Okay.
So if you get all those done, maybe in
Isn't
Rhinebeck, we
that
could do
the,
that. We could have
oh,
that be our goal. Because
what?
I have some stripey like that too that I should do just a straight. You know what I need to
Afterthought
do?
everything?
I
What?
think I need to try another 9-inch circ. I need to get
I've
the
been
chow
doing
goo.
this. And you know what I like even better than the Chow Goo? I
What?
like the Haya Haya, the
Really?
metal Haya Haya.
Are
Yes,
how
that's what
long
I'm.
are the needles on that?
Well,
Measure it
here's the
for
Haya Haya.
me. Oh, that's not Haya Haya, Amy. That's chow
Oh,
goo.
that's Chow Goo. Where are my Haya Haya? Hold on a second. Oh, I know where my Haya Haya are. Hang on a minute. Hold on.
Because I have this. Remember this one?
Oh, stuff's falling down. Oh yeah, Deb. Hang on a
This
minute.
is
Where's
a
my?
query fiber. And this is the Suki colorway. I don't remember how many. Yeah, golly, they're still so small. Put it to the
They're
middle. You're holding
not.
it to the side. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Are they 2 inches
They're
long?
okay. They're okay. If this is 7 inches, then they're about. If I, they're not quite as long. If I put the metal at the bottom of my pinky, then it
Okay.
doesn't. Then it goes to my
Golly, those
base of my
tiny.
nail.
They're tiny.
Yeah, but it's not like you're just holding them. You're holding kind of the cord. Oh, Deb, try it again. Seriously.
Look at how many colors are in this sock, you guys. I think maybe we need to do that. Do just
Okay.
one whole long tube, and then in Rhinebeck we'll cut and we'll do our heels and toes.
While we're there,
Yeah,
ooh,
we could
that's
do
a
it
good
together.
idea. And we'll have all those people helping us with it, like everybody else to cheer us on. So
Yes.
we'll just need to bring contrasting heels, cuffs, toe yarn.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to show some things that I got, and like I said, if you don't go over, if you don't want to, if you've already seen it on Girls in the Yarn Cafe,
Do you have the
you're gonna
hiccups
have to sit
now?
through again. No. See? No. Gone. Okay, so let me show the things that I got as presents from Christy and Tristan and their mother, Donna, which is Crystal Sky's hand dyed. First, I got this really awesome bag. Give me a crown, right? Give me a
Oh,
crown
is that
with a
snaps on the
little
top?
stat.
Oh,
Yes.
very cool.
Cutie patootie.
I
Coolest
love that
colorway.
those colors are
Me
so
too.
awesome.
It was funny because I died. Sorry, Crinkle. Not died. I didn't die. I knit some gifts for the girls and their mother, and Donna, their mom, gave me crocheted
Wash.
lavender and white crocheted washcloths.
How cool is
Wasn't that
that?
so nice? So I got 4 washcloths, and of course, they smell like chocolate because they've been in this bag with chocolate. Oops, sorry. Did I bump that?
Yeah, that's
So
okay.
now I can actually use them. Thank you, Donna. I'm going to use them now. Well, my husband's going to use them. He uses washcloths. Well, so do I. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show
Okay,
from the
pull
girls, be careful what you say. People will be upset with you. Forward or back?
back.
Sorry for blowing your ears out. Is that
That's
better?
okay. That's better.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I got. Did I take the tag off? Oh, Amy. Oh, there is no tag because Tristan saved the tags. Now I've got to remember which one is which. Okay, both of these are very similar. Can you see?
Yes.
I think this one was the Christie colorway.
Christy?
Yes, the one that was the oopsie that she had a really hard time with the lavender repeating. It
That
would either turn
is,
lavender. No, that's the wrong one. Is it this one?
I don't know, but those are both beautiful. That one
I can't
reminds
remember.
me of the skein I got
I think it's this one.
from
I
her
think this
mom.
is I think this is Daughters of Triton with the darker specks.
Oh,
And this is the Christie colorway, which you may or may not be able to get for the speckled egg pattern. Which don't let me forget, I got to talk about that too. Okay,
okay.
so what is this? March, middle of March. Okay, some people may not have gotten their third Harry Potter yarn yet. If you
From
haven't got from Tristan Dragon Horde
Tristan.
Yarn, if you haven't gotten it, you may not want to look. I'm just letting you know that this is a spoil alert
Okay, look
for the
away.
look away. I'm not going to say what the name is and I'm not going to describe the colors, but are you ready? Three, two, one, here it comes.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so
Isn't that just
cool.
isn't that cool?
Is there a name?
Yes, there's a name, but I'm not going to say it. And I don't have a
Okay,
tag. Okay, you can look now. Okay,
that's
so
pretty.
Tristan also dyed up a couple minis to go with the other skeins that I got. And yesterday, oh, it was funny. We went out shopping at a couple different little places. One was a really cool fabric store, and we were in a bead store. We went to a little, really cool little places. Christy gave me a set of those little scissors,
Yeah.
beauty scissors.
Uh-huh.
Well, Tristan was shopping and she bought three of these, didn't even realize she was buying them until we got home. And she says, I want to let you know I got these for you guys, didn't even realize.
Oh, so cute. The little storkies.
Yes, she got one for me and one for her mom. So we got some little, so that reminds me of my trip, my little scissors. Thank you, Tristan.
Very cool.
And yesterday, that crazy friend of mine, Miss Christy from Yarn Cafe Creations, she sent me. She's got mini packs now of her neons.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh, these are all on her sparkle base too.
Oh, Amy.
So these are 20 gram minis
So you have a
each.
100 grams there.
Yes. So I've got plenty, and I've got a bunch up there. I've got plenty to do heels, cuffs, and toes. Oh, in my afterthought everything, I'm sure I can find one that'll work. Won't that be cool?
That'll be very cool.
Thank you, Christy and Tristan. And these were three other yarns that I actually brought all the way out to California to show
And you
and
didn't
forgot to
show?
show.
You
And I forgot
forgot?
to show. Yep. I showed the one because the one was going in the Love Along giveaway, the fruity stripes, not tutti fruity, fruit stripes from Peggy Jane Fibers. She is all over. She is just rocking it.
Oh my gosh, it's so
You should.
funny because right after we showed that on our
I
podcast, I
know.
saw her. Was it the Grocery
Jody and
Girls?
Tracy. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Okay, so
awesome.
this is her reef colorway.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
Isn't that just beautiful?
How the heck do they get all those speckles to be so?
I don't know. It's beautiful.
I
There's the
bet
reef.
you she's reskeined that. That
I
takes
don't think
so
so,
much
I don't
work.
know.
It has to be
Okay, so
reskeined.
here's Pop Rocks.
Oh, maybe not because that one doesn't look like it was reskeined.
This
Wow.
purple on one side and this bright, bright
Yes.
green.
And the like mulberry dark
She has
speckles.
got another one that she's thinking about doing the oy vey out of, and I just saw it this morning. It's got bright yellow. It's got this gray. It's got this. Um, I'll have to pull it up. I don't want to tell you wrong. And this one, oh my gosh, one of my favorite, called Doorways.
Oh wow. That's beautiful, Aim. Are
Isn't
those
that
all going to be
just?
socks? They're all sock yarns?
I don't know. Yeah, they're all sock yarns.
Doesn't mean you can't make a shawl. They'd make a beautiful shawl.
They're so beautiful, aren't they? Just to die for.
Yes. Gorgeous.
Peggy Jane Fibers. Okay, let's talk about the speckled dragon eggs. The speckled dragon egg socks pattern is finally on Ravelry, and what do you know? I have to send an update already. It's not even been up for 48 hours, and I got to send an update, and it's no big deal. Somebody messaged me or questioned in the cast on part. It says knit in the main color for 3 rounds. And then when you go down for the setup rows, it says knit in 4 rounds. It really doesn't matter 3 or 4, but they need to say the same number. So I'm going to send an update when we get done.
Okay.
So that is out there to start. The knit along is going to go through the end of April of Easter
Okay.
month. So there is a chatter thread in our Periscoping Sisters Ravelry page, Speckled Dragon Egg Socks, and there's an FO thread, just because I know there's people who get stuff done really fast.
Right.
I also put up threads for a chatter only for the Mystery Knit Along, which is going to be called a Mother's Heart Mystery Knit
Oh,
Along. I put a
you
chatter thread.
okay?
Yes, and I also put a spoilers thread. So those people who start doing the clues, if you feel you must post a picture instead of, I'm not telling people not to post it on Instagram. That's none of my business. But if you want to post it in the spoilers thread at Periscoping Sisters, please know if you go over and open that thread,
You're going to see pictures.
you're going to see pictures of what the clues look like. Fair warning, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Well,
Got me?
we learned
Got it.
last time, and that's okay.
And
Every
boy,
time we
did
do
we.
something, we learn something
Yes,
new. And
that's
so,
right.
what do you think people will be chattering about in the chatter thread?
Well, that's what I'm saying now is the chatter thread. They can start posting pictures of the yarn they chose.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
if they have a couple different, and they're like, oh, I'm not really sure, you can put it over there, and Deb and I will kind of keep an eye on it. And we may
Yeah.
say, oh, you might want to lean towards this one or this one. We're just saying that because there's several different stitch patterns and they're all beautiful, you may want to tend towards yarns that are not like mega high contrast within the same skein, like one that has black and white or deep purple and cream,
Yeah.
that you'll sort of lose the beautiful, you'll be lose
The texture.
the texture of the, you won't be able to see it as well
Right.
unless you use something that's a little bit more tonal. Like this is just the other base, like this is Pretty Little Sea Monsters from
Right.
Artistic Lily. This is the one that I
Mostly
did.
one color with a little color pops here and there.
And Debbie was a little worried because there are some really dark parts
But
of this
I
yarn,
think
but it
that's
came out
fine.
beautifully. Yeah.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
it's fine.
So,
But if you have a really highly variegated yarn with multiple colors, then you probably won't be able to see the stitch patterns because a
yeah.
couple of the stitch patterns are a little bit on the subtle side, and
Hmm.
even though our mother is not always subtle, well, the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. That's okay.
Yeah.
We
So,
all the women in our family, we speak our minds as we
mhm.
should, and that's not a bad thing.
And usually, I mean, I would like to think that the things we tell each other and even other people, it's out of concern or
Right.
kindness or love. I mean, there are
Right.
things in life and conversations you have that are not all unicorns and butterflies and
Right.
rainbows. You have to have difficult conversations about things throughout life. And I think people understand what I mean when I say that. But I think if you use a tactful approach and you use it, approach the person in a way out of love and concern,
Hmm.
how they take that then is really
Up to them.
up to them. So,
Yeah. We don't ever just criticize just because we want to
I
make
mean,
ourselves
there are mean
mean
spirited
spirited.
people
Yeah.
out there, but I
Yeah.
don't think we could put ourselves in that group. I hope not.
No.
So,
So, did you show everything that you wanted to show from your trip?
yes,
I
I
have
believe I
some
showed everything.
I have some Jan's hands goodies that I'm really
Oh
sorry.
yes, Aunt Jen told me she sent you more
I
bags.
was going to try and get them photographed last weekend, and it just didn't
And posted.
happen because I was trying to get that mystery knit along, get ahead on it. And now that that's done, we have beautiful light today. It's a sunny day. I'm going to go after we're done
You
with the
can do that.
podcast. I'm going to take the pictures, but I wanted to show it on here.
Good.
So by the time people see the podcast, I'm hoping to have all of these
Have
up
them
in the shop.
listed.
And now, let me tell you, I'm not going to unpin all the little pinned things that she put on here because then I just got to repin them back on there. I'm just going to hold them up. But she's
Okay.
getting so creative and so fancy in her. And let me tell you, this is a collection of larger drawstring bags. These are really
Ooh.
nice. I mean, they're on the order of 16 inches deep and 12 inches wide. So they're really
Wow.
big bags. But look at this.
Oh my gosh, Debbie, how beautiful is that? Holy cow.
Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful, beautiful
Snowflake.
batik fabrics. Beautiful batiks. I mean, I don't know. Can you see
Wow.
that?
Yes. My goodness, she spends a lot of work on those.
She does. Her sewing is immaculate. Let me tell you.
Yep.
And this
Yep.
fabric, oh my God, I cracked up when I saw it. Can you see
Wow,
what this is?
uh birds? Crows. Acting like, what are they acting like a scarecrow? The crows are acting like scarecrows, dressed up like
They're
scarecrows.
like farmers. They're like one of them's holding
That's
a
cute.
basket of apples and they're like dancing around in their
Oh.
country clothes. And then look at this cute blue gingham on the inside. Is that not the
Perfect.
cutest?
Yep.
So that's just really
Cute.
cute. And then this is a pretty brown and
Ooh, that's
black.
neat. That'd be great for a male knitter.
Uh-huh.
Because Eric's always saying there's not a lot of project bags out there for men. There really isn't. Ooh, how pretty is that? You know how much work it takes to do just with the scissors, let alone the sewing?
I don't know how.
I don't know either. Oh, very cool.
It's like a retro
Get a quilt.
quilt
Mm-hmm.
block.
Yep. Love that fabric too.
And then the inside is the yellow. And then here I have another black and white tulip bag with
Oh, so
red,
cute.
pop of red on the inside.
Yeah, Jan, you do such a good job.
Here's another beautiful
Like a
flower
granny square, like
patch.
a hexagon. Yep.
Yep, with a
I know
pretty
that's got a
floral.
grandmother's flower garden. I know that pattern, that square has a name.
Look at this one with just like the cool little
Neat.
like circle applique, little
Uh-huh.
circles, and then she's done some fancy sewing on the bottom here. I don't know if you
Oh
can
my
see that.
gosh.
And look at this sweet little bag with the little look.
Oh, how
I only have
cute.
one of these. I'm really
And you're
tempted not
not
to.
allowed to. No, she can make more. That
I
must
know.
go in the shop.
I'm gonna put it in the shop.
You
Isn't
better
that
put it
the
in the shop,
cutest
and
thing?
that's the only one we have so far. So whoever gets that one is a very lucky person. Oh my gosh,
Look
how
cute. I
adorable.
love that this little blue check pattern.
Oh,
And then I have another really pretty floral with the pink bottom and the pink on the
very
inside.
spring, very spring.
Yes. So I'm gonna work on that while the
Get on that,
podcast is
Debbie. Get
is
on that.
what you call it,
Uploading,
compressing and doing
downloading,
all of its thing.
compressing,
Yeah,
processing.
processing all those
Yep.
wonderful steps. So I guess that's it.
I guess that's it. Skein 25. Maybe we got it that time. When was it? Didn't Dad do that? Or
Dad said something about being able to do a real high five on our last
yeah,
time because we were together.
yeah.
But I'm gonna try and take a couple little videos while I'm in Albuquerque,
Do
and
that.
maybe I'll put
Put it in
together a
our
little
next
vlog,
podcast.
or I'll do a
Oh,
little
maybe
vlog in
vlog. Oh yeah,
between.
that'd be fun. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
So
So if you
okay,
can't be kind,
be quiet. Thank you all for joining us.
thanks
Hope
for
you have a
joining
wonderful
us,
week or two, and we will see
and
you in
have
a
a
couple
great trip,
weeks.
Deb.
Thanks. I will. I'll be in touch. I'll post a lot on Instagram. Bye.
Bye.